The state treasurer has several different roles. I talked a little bit about the unclaimed property. Obviously, you know, the name implies I'm kind of the state's banker that makes sure that as money is collected that we deposit it, make sure that it gets into the right bank accounts, make sure it gets into the right general ledger accounts, working with Secretary of Revenue, who actually does a lot of the tax collections, and working with the state's Division of Administration on some of the back end processing. So that's the core part of the role. We also do some other ad hoc things. You've probably seen my face and our two daughters' face on TV over the last month and a half. We've had a commercial going for our Learning Quest 529 account, which is the higher education plan. Since I came in office in January, there really was a different mood in Topeka that you could just sense it. I mean, the new governor was there, a lot of new cabinet leaders there that were actually looking at how do we make government more efficient, how do we make it work for the citizen, as well as us other elected officials that were, you know, coming into our offices and working on how do we make things better. I kind of use as an example, in July of 2010, when we started fiscal year 2011 for the state had $876.05 in its beginning balance in the state general fund. $876.05. That was the beginning balance in July of 2010, starting the fiscal year. Now, there was other money in some of the fee funds and some of the other accounts, so, you know, all in all, we had more money than that, but the main banking account, that's how much money we had. And through the hard work, governor, legislators, that this July, when we started this current fiscal year, we have over $227 million in the state general fund to start the year. This year, we were able to make all of the school payments on time, which hasn't been the case. I'm looking forward to the next legislative session as being pretty tough. Pretty tough. Looking at the legislative session is going to be very tough. We'll have some budget issues moving forward, and of course, you know, address that again for next fiscal year. But also we've got redistricting, which is, you know, a 10-year effort that's come along, and the legislature is going to have to address that for not just the congressional seats, but every House seat and every Senate seat. The boundaries are going to change, and so that's going to be some contentious issues that go with that. The KPERS, and I'll talk a little bit more about KPERS later, but that's going to come up, and I'm looking forward to that discussion because I think there is the political will to address some issues there. The governor's also talking about a couple other things. One is taxes. How do we look at moving towards lowering or getting to zero on income tax, which is, they have a group looking at making some proposals, and Secretary Jordan is leading that effort, and they're supposed to, I guess next month, come up with their idea, the proposal to bring up before the legislative session starts. We have an issue with our plan, Kansas Public Employee Retirement System, but I think we can solve it. Even though we have almost $13.5 billion in KPERS today, when we do that valuation estimate, we need roughly $21 billion to pay current employees through their expected work career and into their retirement. So what do we do from here? One of the things that the governor and the legislature did last legislative session was they set up a study commission. And the bill that they passed was, it activated some changes unless this study commission brought a proposal to the legislature. And so the commission's been meeting. They're meeting in the interim between last year's session and this current session. And they've been meeting monthly since probably July, maybe starting in June. And so what they are working on is developing proposals and ideas of what do we do. Those ideas range the gauntlet from some folks saying, well, let's keep it exactly as it is, we'll just put more money into it, to let's do away completely with a defined benefit plan and make it a defined contribution plan, like a 401k, and that the employee then does all their contributions, and they just take their money when they leave. And in the last couple of commission meetings, there's been also some discussions about something that's kind of novel for me is what they call a stacked defined benefit, defined contribution plan. And basically what that is up to a certain salary level, you'll get paid the monthly benefits the way you do today. But above that salary level, your contributions go into a defined contribution plan. I don't know what the study commission is going to recommend. I do know that once you're in a hole, you want to stop digging. So we know we're in a hole with current employees. We want to make sure that we don't get into a deeper hole with the new employees. And I hope that the study commission will make some recommendation that allows folks the opportunity to put part or all of their money in a defined contribution plan.